With new sets coming every month, sometimes cards slip under my radar. Breakout, a red-green sorcery that's half a cocoa but grants haste, could find its home in Hermit Druid as a way to enable an instant kill. See if we can pull it off. All right, welcome back, vintage gamers, to some more brewing on our lazy Sunday here. Tonight, yeah, I guess tonight now. We're checking out Breakout, new card, red, green. Look at the top 6, reveal a creature. If it's 2 mana or less, you can put it on the battlefield and gain haste. If you do not put the revealed card into the battlefield, you can put it into your hand and rest on the bottom of the library in any order. One of the nice cards that this combo is well with is Hermit Druid. Hermit Druid is a card very vulnerable, but very powerful. As long as our entire deck contains no basic lands, you can flip over your entire library for tap and a green. Doing so, typically you used to reveal Narcomoebus and then Dread Return as a Thassa's Oracle, but now we can do something cool where we reveal our whole deck and then we cast a therapy using our Hermit Druid, returning our Poxwalkers, casting a bunch more therapies to make sure the coast is clear, and Dread returning a Thassa's Oracle. To make this breakout card work, you really need a high density of creatures to hit. So we're going to play a bunch of notable 2-drop creatures from throughout Magic's history. We've got Hermit Druid, Deathrite Shaman. We got the full set of Collector Oofs because this is vintage. We got some 1-ofs in Scavenging Ooze, Outland Liberator for artifacts, Inti for card selection, Bowmasters for bowmasting. We're going to check out the new Moloch, which is a scaling fighting creature. We do have one tutor target here for both our Fiend Artisan and our Breakout. Even though this Breakout doesn't put this Opposition Agent into play, you could always still just take the Opposition Agent and cast it. And because we're going to play so many green creatures, we're also going to try to fit in a little Natural Order package. Natural Order for Atraxa is a very strong play that will win against a lot of decks. But also, if you don't already have the Atraxa in hand, you could always Natural Order for a Hermit Druid. Sideboard is just a lot of stuff good in vintage. Anti-Dredge, anti-artifacts, anti-creatures, and anti-combo. Yeah, this should be fun. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you in round 1. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1 with our Breakout Hermit Druid combo deck. We've drawn a Dread Return, which means we'd have to be able to therapy it out of our hand. Our hand does have a Deathrite Shaman, but we don't actually have a fetch land, so the Deathrite Shaman doesn't make mana for turn 2. I think this is just a mulligan. It's already a mulligan with the Dread Return in our hand, and if this was a fetch land, I'd probably keep. But without a fetch, I think this should just be mulligan. This hand doesn't function as a Magic the Gathering deck hand thing. Let's try again. This hand also doesn't function. Not a great start. Mulligan again. All right, well, this is basically our starting hand, except we're now down to 4, so not ideal, but just gonna get rid of anything that's not a combo piece and jam. Maybe I'll keep the oof instead of the second Hermit Druid. Okay. I mean, like, Once Upon a Time, like, theoretically is good in your deck, but you can't, like, put a bunch of spells in your deck that's trying to play a certain number of creatures to make the cost of Breakout work. So, like, Once Upon a Time is not actually bad, it's just hard to actually fit in your deck if you want to hit the requisite number of creatures. Alright, our opponent actually gave us a nice little fetch land here, so our Deathrite Shaman is turned on. Opponent has no... Okay, well... Our Deathrite Shaman is turned off. Pearl... It must be Beseech then, right? Or what has a Fatal Push and a Pearl? Did not draw a land, so... Not ideal. Tinker. Sedgemoor Witch. I haven't seen that in a hot minute. All right. I did not draw another land. All right. I think we'll just cast Therapy here, naming Force of Will, though. Theoretically, we can win this game by opponent not having a lot of action. We untap with a Hermit Druid and win, but seems a little unlikely on our Multifor. Ah, negation. Preordained Snapcaster Dig Through Time. We're just playing. We're playing an old school blue deck with witches. Banger. I believe we are not winning this one. This seems like a deck that would have a very good matchup against us. That mulligan situation was rough, but like our 7-card hand wasn't really good enough to compete in Vintage, so we mulligan it, and then it's just unfortunate that our other hands did not have like a keepable set of magic cards. They went top bottom, draw, Deathrite Shaman. That's not a land. A land would have been better, but a Deathrite Shaman is not a bad draw. I guess it is a bad draw. My opponent has Snap Fatal Push, huh? I guess this thing getting Snap Fatal Push is better than Hermit Druid getting Snap Fatal Push. I don't really think it's worth it to play a blue card. I mean, you could probably play blue cards in this deck. You would have to like really reconfigure the mana base, and it'd be a bit of a nightmare. But you could probably fit like Ancestral Time Walk Snap if you wanted to. It's definitely something worth considering. All right, so I think this game is totally winnable. All I need to do is draw a land right now and resolve a Hermit Druid. That is technically a land. Do they negate it? They did not negate it. Okay, a Hermit Druid in play? You did not draw Force of Will, did you? No Force of Will. Okay. Wait. It's still winnable. It's still winnable. If this just lives, then we can activate it and therapy away my opponent's hand and get him. Wait a second. It's a winnable? They used 2 Fatal Pushes on not Hermit Druid? Black Lotus. Uh-oh. That means they have, like, Dig Through Time, and they can just find another answer, huh? I don't think this is holding. Damn, that Black Lotus was such a good draw there. I think this game is still winnable. There's like, how often are you gonna play more than one removal spell in your vintage like blue control deck here? Bowmaster, no, come on. Yeah, that's a good one. Sedgemoor Witch had a really strong showing in Vintage for a while. Sedgemoor Witch Tinker was like a pretty played deck. I think it was mostly on the back of the Tinker shell, but that is kind of how Vintage went back then. Unfortunately, even if I break out here, I don't have another green mana, right? That's so sad. Wow. So it's like technically if I had a green mana instead of a jet, I could cast I mean, they have a negation, so like they're gonna counter it, but I could technically do this. That's kind of sweet, actually. Could still theoretically win the game if things lined it up a little differently. I mean, if we had 7-card keep, I feel like this would have been a pretty easy game. Also a little rough. Our opponent did have a Mox into early play there, Sedgemoor Witch. Okay. Spell Pierce as well. Damn. All right. I mean, not a bad attempt for a Multifor. Our Multifor almost went okay. I don't know like how tinker oriented their deck is. It seemed like there was a lot of cantrips and snapcasters, but there was a pearl, which is technically off color, I would assume. Is their last played the same list, or are they trying something new? No, their last played was that crazy ring deck. I would have rather played against that deck. That deck seems way cooler. So I just don't know if we need vigors or not. It's hard to say. Could just play feed the swarms. I don't know. I just don't like know what my opponents were really doing. Maybe we'll play some feed the swarms instead of vigors. I mean, if I do this, they're gonna go like mana crypt tinker. I guess like we have at least some answers to that. Knowing that they have Bowmaster is not ideal for our Hermit Druid life, but I guess we should figure it out, right? There was somebody playing a Witch Tinker deck. I think it was Karate Dome was playing one recently. We can go find it. I assume that's where Michaelino got this deck. Karate Dome. That has Mentor. So it wasn't Karate Dom? Somebody else was playing it? Weird. Database. We're searching the database. Sedgemore Witch. Search. Alright, yes. Grixis Tempo. No, that's not it. They're not playing that. Can we go deeper? Oh, it's too late. Demir Tinker. It was Karate Dom. 4 Bowmaster, 2 Witch. Okay, so it's probably this deck, which I would want Vigor for. Noted. Okay. Yep, I would have rather had Vigors in my deck. Man, did we not put enough lands in our deck? 17, 21 plus Deathrite. Some of them are Wastelands. Maybe we're like 1 or 2 lands short. I mean, again, I'd keep this with a Deathrite shop. How many Fatal Pushes were in their deck, though? I assume 1? 2 Eliminates were in this deck list, so slightly different deck list. I mean, I have to mulligan these hands. These hands just don't contain enough mana. Oh, wait, look, there's all my mana. Classic Collector Roof, double Moxen. Okay, we're keeping this. We're probably putting a Moxen on the bottom, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Bayou, Taiga. I guess it could be Badlands theoretically. They mold a 5. Leyline of the Void. Okay. We have answers for that in our main, right? And we brought in Feed the Swarm. Maybe I'm a genius, chat. It might be that I'm a genius. Who knows? Who could really tell, really? Who could really tell? Green, black. I think we can just get away with a Taiga here. Classic bug starting hand. Moxen plus Collector Roof. As always. Wasteland. Jeez. That's so bad for us. I did not expect to get Wastelanded there. That is not ideal. I was kind of expecting to use my Deathrite Shaman as my mana sources here. Okay. Hopefully they don't have a basic island. Oh, they're gonna fetch a basic island. It's just every deck in the format plays Wasteland. It's just too broken. God, this is so bad for me. Does this deck play Saga? It does. 2 Wastelands. Classic. Wasteland is just this high variance card that creates non-games. It's really wild. I'm gonna get another Taiga. Why are my things like double going on the stack? Okay. Is this gonna be a Bowmaster? Do I play around Bowmaster or do I just like let my oof get Bowmastered? I feel like I have to play around it. It's kind of unfortunate. Maybe I am supposed to get a Bayou just to eat. I guess theoretically I could have like double wastelanded them to make them do it. I just don't think that's a good use of my resources. So they're gonna play a Sedgemoor Witch here. Oh, they have a basic swamp? Oh my. That's no triple basic. Oh, they figured out how to beat Wasteland. Simply don't register dual lands. Oh baby. Does this resolve? You think this resolves? I feel like this is a sick draw. I don't know if this resolves, but they only have 3 cards in their hand. They played a ley line. I feel like we just sack our oof. No, negation. They force of will and negation. Wow. It's crazy. We're just getting murdered by classic old school blue preordained control. Mad Lad. Unblockable 3/2 as well. Jeez. I did not have this on my bingo card for tonight. All right, this is gonna be an upkeep wasteland. Turn off hardcast Mindbreak Trap, I guess. Drawing another Taiga here was not ideal. I don't even think therapying does anything realistically. I could therapy by eating their land. I just don't think it's that good. I do feel like we've drawn not great. Besides the natural order. The natural order was a fantastic draw. I probably should have ate a card out of their yard and just F2'd through it. All right, well, now I can at least eat spells. I am dying, though. Now we drew all our lands, right? first we drew no lands, and then we drew all the lands. Such is the life of a green Magic player. Why? Why though? I guess we can cast Atraxa maybe. Theoretically, we could maybe cast Atraxa in this game. What is this? Sauron's Ransom? This is not Legacy. Well, I guess we're both kind of playing Legacy decks. Oh, no. We're getting Legacy. My opponent's playing. Oh, what is this? What? No. All right. I will put the Treasure Cruise. Well, I guess the Treasure Cruise we can theoretically stop. So Legacy is definitely not something I'm interested in playing. All right. I will put Force of Will and Treasure Cruise in this pile, I guess. These go in the graveyard? Wait, I can't stop Treasure Cruise. Because 2 go into the graveyard, 3 go into the graveyard, 7. All right, I guess it just has to be 3 unknowns versus Treasure Cruise. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Wait, which one is face up? Shit, I didn't even look. They took the face. They took the 3 cards, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I'm dead. Why it doesn't matter. I mean, I know they have Force of Will, and I can always beat Force of Will, but oh god, it's the Ring Bearer. Sedgemoor Witch is going to Mordor. Ugh. Yeah, we are. I mean, we drew land every turn in this game besides the natural order, right? Kind of, a little bit. Rough. I mean, if we drew the Cabal Therapy before we drew the natural order, we might have been able to win. It's a bit doomed. They can't 5-0. They are already 0-1. They are not 5-0ing, but they're probably going 1-1 at the very least. This is just not the matchup. I mean, we can win. We can win. We know their hand has Force of Will, so we Cabal Therapy Force of Will, and we play Breakout and hit the Hermit. Or hear me out. We play another land. Was I just complaining about we didn't have enough lands in our deck? Classic. Battle. Keep. Classic natural order Atraxa in hand. Just how I like it. There's just it's really unfortunate people are playing the good decks. No Saga, no Luris. Hashtag the good decks. We're 1-0 against Doomsday today. So lucky. Bazaar of Baghdad. All right. Played turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. What kind of Bazaar of Baghdad, young opponent? Oh, I guess if they're Sinister 85, they're probably not very young. Grief. Yeah, I played around Grief by having no good cards in my hand. Double Stinkweed Imp, though, huh? Got him. Natural order. Nope, don't have any targets. So Wasteland off the top. Oh, that's actually a pretty good one too, right? So now I can play Breakout and maybe hit Hermit Druid, and still get to use my Deathrite on their Stinkweed Imp. I did not hit Hermit Druid. I did hit Deathrite Shaman though. I don't think it does anything, though. I guess I theoretically could cast another Breakout. If they didn't counter my first Breakout, it probably means they don't have one for my second Breakout, right? So I feel like we should just... Oh, we don't have a land, though, in our yard, so this doesn't work. All right, so the next question is, do we eat their Stinkweed Imp, or do we just wait for Dredges? I guess we probably wait to eat an Archamoeba, right? I mean, we do have double green mana, double Deathrite Shaman, but we don't have a Wasteland. All right, Dredge. I mean, they're dredging a lot, though. Oh, there's an Archamoeba. 3 Icarids. Just eat this Narcomoeba, right? Oh, wait. Wrong. Oops. I hit the wrong Narcomoeba, I think. It even has different art. It's okay. They put a Narcomoeba as the last card down so that I would target it. Not ideal. Faded and outsmarted. It's okay. Our next spell is Breakout for Hermit Druid and we win the game, yeah? Opposition agent. All right. Breakout. Hermit Druid! Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Yes, I will put Hermit Druid on the battlefield. Yes, I will activate my Hermit Druid. Let's go! Let's go! It's so hype! All right, I'm going to cast Cabal Therapy, targeting you, triggering Poxwalkers. I guess we name Negation. I don't know, like what? It doesn't matter what we name. We have wait, what is this? No, they no, you. I think we still win, right? I think we still win through this, right? I feel like we still win. Not right now, but like... Alright, so they're gonna Noxious the Dread Return to the top of my library. No, we can just cast Dread Return next turn, right? I'm gonna name Noxious, exactly. If they have it, they should cast it again on my Oracle, I would assume. Noxious. Alright, no, they have a Narcomoeba, an Imp, and a Powder. Alright, so as long as I don't die... As long as I don't die, next turn we just hard cast Dread Return on our Oracle and win. So how do we not die? What is our best way of not dying? They have triple Icarid. So I guess our best way is to block with one Deathrite Shaman and eat a creature with the other Deathrite Shaman. Well, yeah, but like, what am I like? What am I doing? Like, there's no reason to hit a Narcomoeba, a Chill, or there's no reason to hit any cards in their hand, right? Like, what are we casting Cabal Therapy for? Does that matter? Like, well, eating an Icarid is, I guess, the same as blocking an Icarid. Oh, yeah, that's true. We could double block. That gains us more life. I was thinking we couldn't double block because we needed the mana, but we could always therapy ourselves. Yeah. All right, let's do that. I think that's the best play. I considered that, but for some reason I must have... Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to natural draw here, right? I guess they theoretically could. Why? Like, we still have 2 therapies. Okay, they did take a natural draw. I mean, they could kill us. They could just creeping chill and kill us. Like, isn't it better to try to present lethal? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 chill is in their hand. Like, they can just kill me through this. Block, block. 3, 6, 9, 18, 19. Gain 2. Okay, so they can't kill me through this. But they can force me to block, block. So if I eat 1, if I take 15, I go to 4, I eat up to 6, and I'm still dead to double chill. If I block 1, I mean, I can't like use therapy to stop them from interacting with me because they can just activate their bazaar at any time in response. So like if they just activate their bazaar, maybe I was supposed to maybe I will have to end up therapying the Narcomoeba away so that they're less likely to have blue card force. But I then do I so if I block once and I take 12 and I gain 2 to 14, then I can't get chilled, right? Can I eat chill on the stack? Yeah, but it's better to just gain 2 now. Block, take 12 down to 7, up to 9. I have to block with both and just like hope my therapies get me there, right? Because these things just come back right away. I mean, I made my life really challenging by not eating their Narcomoeba. So I would have had a little bit more life to work with here if I had actually not misclicked. Oh, I guess they could dredge in response. I should hit my own creature, right? I guess dredging in response is good for me. Never mind. It's probably a thing I want to happen. All right, so I think what we do is we therapy target them and take their Narcomoeba, and then we therapy target us and take our Dread Return, and then we flashback Dread Return. I'm not sure that I played this optimally, but I feel like the way we played it was okay. All right, here's their activation. They need to hit blue card force or noxious revival or mental misstep. Sweet. Cool game. All right, we board in 1,000,000 cards. Ley lines, tabernacles, needles. Probably feed the swarm for opponent's ley lines, I would assume. Oh, I guess feed the swarm is worse than bringing in vigor for opponent's ley lines. And then what do we take out? Moloch, Bowmaster, Collector Oof. We're gonna have like no hits off of our breakout. Inti, Opposition Agent. Our deck is not remotely. I mean, we have to take out some breakouts, right? Or am I crazy? We have to take out some breakouts here. I feel like. Because I already have vigors in. I probably don't need more than 2 vigors, actually. Maybe this is fine. Still dig 6 deep for a Hermit Druid or Deathrite. The natural order certainly gets worse, but it's like our oops, I win. So kind of interesting. What do we got? No Leyline, no Deathrite, no Wasteland. Mulligan. Needle Leyline. The classic combination of I can get both of my Dredge pieces, hate pieces, hit by the same force of vigor. Good design. Great design, one might say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do I want to put back? I think I need this Poxwalker's attacking. I guess I can therapy before. I mean, there's like no world where I'm ever therapying before Needle, right? Maybe I can get away with that. Maybe we just put back a land here and try to draw a land later. No activation. Upkeep vigor or no? Looks like upkeep vigor is happening. Oh, they didn't. Ooh, Black Lotus? It's kind of interesting. I feel like we just start. Well, they can always activate and then hit a vigor, right? Could Poxwalkers make Value Bazaar playable with Black Grief? I tried it. I have a video coming out on Monday. It did not go very well with Mono Black Bazaar with Grief and stuff. What do I want to do? Yeah, they had Force of Vigor. Makes sense. So if I hit, so the Force of Vigor is gone. So then the next best hit is what? Force of Will, Hollow One, Force of Will, I guess. Could be like Mental Mista. Force of Will is probably fine. So they have they have second vigor. Yeah. My bad. Should have played around it. It does use up their dredger, though. They probably should just activate it and respond. Oh, I guess it doesn't do anything. Bizarre. I mean, I don't think the mono black Bizarre deck was bad. It just, I don't know if it like it's decks that don't play Force of Will are a hard sell. It's quite challenging for a deck to be good if it doesn't have Force of Will. All right, my opponent doesn't have a Dredger, so that's nice. But I don't have anything. Here's a Dredge 3. Hit another Dredge 3. Maybe I can draw Ooze. I could draw a Deep Root Wayfinder. Sick. That's just what I wanted. How'd you know? How'd you know, Magic deck? An Ooze would have been pretty damn good there. Because they're slow dredging, right? Like, it's really slow. Chill. Oh, they hit an Imp. A Wasteland is still pretty good here. A Wasteland is still pretty good. No, I don't think so. Like, the Poxwalker actively does nothing, whereas the Needle makes them get rid of their Dredger and green card, and they had nothing. Like, it was much better to play the thing. What does this do if I don't have a land? Oh, I get to surveil one. Oh, I didn't know that. Value. Use Deep Root's ability. Sure. Oh, I have a land. Whoa. Value. All right, well, now my opponent gets to dredge an Imp, and then dredge a 3, and then hit a Golgari Grave Troll, and then dredge a Golgari Grave Troll. So now we need to win with Hermit Druid. Well, they didn't hit a Narcomoeba, though, so they don't get them back until this next turn. Leyline is too late now. He's here! Let's go! Big! Huge! That's great! Well, I don't think it's enough, but it's not bad. So how many Icarids? 1 Icarid, 2. Oh, there's 2 Icarids. Eat an Icarid. Eat an Icarid. Cool. That means that these amalgams don't 100% come back. All right, they hit a Creeping Chill and an Narcomoeba. Okay, so now the amalgams are all coming back. How much damage do I have, though? 7, 9? I have 9 damage. I think this deck does want Ancestral Time Walk. I feel like we could splash Ancestral Time Walk and it wouldn't be that detrimental. They have 10 cards left in their deck. Can we beat triple amalgam? Oh, and a Silver Smoke Ghoul. That's less than ideal. I mean, we have 5 Ooze activations, but they did bring back a bunch of amalgams. There's a Hermit Druid, so as long as we can live, we can win the game on the next turn. So if I hold my whole team back, and I play a Hermit Druid, and then I have 3 activations. They don't have any grief, or so they don't have any Narcomoebas. All right, so I think I play a Hermit Druid, and then I just pass and see if we can survive, and maybe we win. Are they going to naturally draw, or are they going to dredge? They naturally drew. Okay. I have 2 therapies in my yard and a Poxwalkers, so I can actually, like, hit the punch of their hand to start with. I wish I knew what their last card was. I should know because it's the last card they dredged, but I'm not sure that's in the log. Oh, it is in the log. It's Golgari Grave Troll. Okay. So the last card in their hand is Golgari Grave Troll. My opponent is not happy about my Hermit Druid. Boom! Let's go! That was sick. All right, boom. What do we got? We got Breakout, Bayou, Deeproot, Wayfinder, Collector, Oof, Toast. Could be on anything. Maybe Mono Red. I feel like we're not allowed to put this hand back though, right? Because like, we don't have that many 1-drops in our deck. We have the 4 Moxen and the 4 Shaman. I guess we have Therapies. I'll probably keep it though. We're gonna get turn 1 Magus of the Moon, and we're gonna cry. Yeah, like it's a bit of a slow start, but like we don't actually have that many fast starts in our deck. We have like 8 cards really that are like give us a fast start with Deathray and Moxen, and it's just like kind of a lot to ask for to mulligan to them. We're on the play. Like if we were on the draw, I might mulligan, but ooh, Bazaar of Baghdad. Wish I had a Wasteland. Wish I had anything actually. Currently, we don't have anything. Well, it depends on what kind of Bazaar deck they are. To see. Got that feeling again. Oh, Grief. Poxwalker's Grief. Okay. Once again, I am protected from discard by not having any good cards in my hand. It's like a pretty strong strategy, huh? Simply never worry about good cards. All right, looks like it's Dredge then. If they're activating in response to the Grief on the stack, because they can have like a Bridge from Below. Prized Amalgam, Mental Misstep, Cabal Therapy. Okay. All right, no Dredger. That's not bad. Wasteland. Fiend Artisan. Is it better to play a Fiend Artisan? I think it's better to play a Wayfinder. Oh, force pitching Narcomoeba. 1 card left. Draw, natural draw. Interesting. I guess technically this could still not be Dredge. It could still be a Squee. No, okay. Like a special kind of Squee. All right, well. Chalice on 0. Not worried about that. That's why they natural drew, maybe. All right, so they got a bunch of Dredgers. We need a Wasteland right now, or a Hermit Druid probably is winning. A Force of Vigor. Yeah. You didn't help me out very much right there, deck. You did not help me out very much. The top was not kind to me. Grief, Walker's Imp, Narcomoeba, Bridge, Therapy. Okay, so now they can just therapy away my... I mean, none of my cards are good. Doesn't really matter. Can I still win this game? I don't think so. Well, yeah, I think if I draw a Hermit Druid, I can still possibly win this game. I don't think I'm dead on the next turn. So I think theoretically a Hermit Druid still is winning. Which one are they going to name? They're going to name Atraxa? Collector Oof. Collector Oof. How dare you take away my 2/2? No abilities. All right. Well, 1 Amalgam. All right. Ooh, Hermit Druid. Any Hermit Druids? 8 in my deck. That's a fetch land. All right, so technically next turn the Fiend Artisan can get a Hermit Druid, but doesn't have haste. So I guess I theoretically can still hit Breakout next turn, right? It's kind of crazy that how this deck has so many outs. Bizarre into double amalgam, double therapy. So they can therapy and make a huge army here. Oh, and they can play a Hogak. And wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have one turn. I have one turn to draw a breakout, it looks like. Because it's too late for me to like Fiend Artisan for a Scooze. I guess, is it better for me to Vigor or no? It's probably better for me to just let Atraxa go to the yard and make my Artisan a 4/4. Hopefully they name Atraxa so my Artisan's a 4/4 and can block better. That'd be great. They might just leave my Atraxa in my hand though. I think that would be a better play. Yeah, they named Vigor. All right, so they could therapy again. Are they targeting me or them? They're targeting themselves. Very smart. Makes zombies. Brings back Poxwalker. Names Stinkweed. Cast Gak. I'm definitely not living another turn. Attack all? No. Attack amalgam. I don't care. So they cast Gak. It brings back their amalgams. Yeah, I mean, this game is still winnable. A breakout into a Hermit Druid is lethal. That's kind of cool. Breakout, baby. Breakout. 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 Dread return. Okay, that doesn't do anything. So I can activate my Fiend Artisan and get a Hermit Druid, but that only works if I live. Can I live? No. No, I cannot live. No. Okay. In that case, I will right-click concede. The good news is we've beaten this matchup once before, and we have we got cards. We got things in places and stuff. Bowmaster, Collector, oof, Inti, and Op Agent. Summit. Nope. No, we died. We definitely died. Maybe I'll order pizza. I don't want pizza. And, $5 off. Wait, they don't do the Sunday one anymore? What was the Sunday one? I thought they had a deal on Sundays. Maybe they stopped doing it. They've sent me about 100 emails with the... Would Dryad Arbor and Green Sunset make more sense? Like, it's good, but I think it doesn't add a lot of power to your deck, whereas natural ordering for Atraxa is extremely strong. Like, natural ordering for Atraxa in this matchup is game-winning. So... like, Green Sun Zenith is just like a bit slow and doesn't really feel strong to me. I can't find anything about Sunday Deal. Hmm. What do we got? We've got a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman and a Hermit Druid and a Breakout. We don't have a wait. Like, so this is a great question of like, is this good enough that we should keep it on the back of itself? Where we could instead mulligan to ley lines and tabernacles and stuff. I think this one. Oh, I don't have a land in my yard. I think this one is good enough on its own that it's worth keeping, even though we don't have anti-dredge cards in it. It feels like it's at least like putting a pretty powerful threat in, right? Not crazy. Could be crazy. Like if there ever was a hand where I wasn't gonna mulligan because I didn't have. Oh, they're gonna hold everything up. I mean, they have like forces. We drew a Black Lotus. Oh, okay. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do here? Therapy named Force of Will, probably. Got the Force of Will. Big. Now they have to draw into something? So we can just go green mana here. And make red mana and play Breakout. We hit a Deeproot Wayfinder and 5 non-creatures. Okay. I'm gonna play a Hermit Druid. And then we'll attack with our Deeproot Wayfinder. If this surveils into a land, we actually don't put it into play so that we can... Actually, that doesn't matter. Into the graveyard and then into play. Is there a way Hermit Druid Pass can fail? I mean, they have an Activate a Bazaar here, so they can draw 2 cards. So there's a lot of things that can change. Like they can Bazaar into like Sickening Shoal, right? Bridge, Imp, Imp. So 2 unknowns in hand. Dredge once. Dredge twice. So I think we can actually lead on therapy this turn and hit like Noxious Revival and then Druid kill them. That's the only card that matters, right? Noxious Revival. If they don't like they don't Sickening Shoal. But they drew 2 cards, and then the rest so far have been dredges, so it's just 2 unknowns in hand. Ball therapy targeting me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Boxwalker is really good. I think Boxwalker is a really cool card, really strong card. All right, so they're tapped out. So we just start with therapy, targeting them. We name Noxious, because that's the only one that is annoying after we've activated. Whereas we can beat any counter spells. Okay, they got nothing. Okay. So then we can therapy ourselves. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. Pox, walkers. All right. Boom! And then we dread return our Oracle and win. Sweet. And we didn't even show them. Oh, I guess we should show them our entire library. I was going to say we didn't even show them our graveyard hate, but they saw our entire library. So that is not the case. Absolutely not the case. What do we got here? So this one I think is not keepable because we're on the draw. If we were on the play, I'd consider keeping this again. But on the draw, my opponent's kept a 7-card bizarre hand. I'm going to mulligan this, look for a leyline hand. Hello. You are a beautiful hand, aren't you? Just get rid of this ruby. This hand is very hateful. Well, I mean, they probably have a vigor in their opening hand, so maybe we just like don't get to play Magic, but maybe I should have kept the ruby. Shit. What would I have to put back? A second strip mine? Yeah. Well, then they could just. I mean, they have like they're very likely to grief me, right? I don't know. They don't have a dredger though. They have a second bazaar. That's not great. Okay. Force of Vigor was just the biggest mistake for Vintage. I swear. I swear Force of Vigor was just a huge mistake. Oh, such a magic card. No Dredger. Wow. No Dredgers in their first 19. Can I get away with... They pitched a Force of Will. I think they still have a counter spell, so I'm just going to strip mine again. Hopefully they have a counter spell and not a Noxious Revival. Looks like they have a Noxious Revival. Man. All right. The third Bizarro Baghdad is the deadliest. Well, if we draw any mana source that we can use to play a Needle, we can use it to play a Needle. They have no cards left in their hand. If we could just get a Needle now, they have one Dredger in their yard. How to Black Lotus? Black Lotus, Hermit Druid, Deathrite Shaman, Needle. All right, we got a fetch land at least. Bayou, Needle. All right, so they have one Dredge here. They can bring back Amalgam off of this Icarid, off of a Poxwalkers, but then I can Tabernacle it away. They did not bring back Icarid. They're dredging 4. They hit a Shambling Shell. Another Tabernacle. All right, well, I got a Deathrite at least. So now they're going to bring back the Icarid so that they can therapy me, but therapying me doesn't actually help right now. Also, like, eating up Poxwalkers to get back an Amalgam or some vice versa is not exactly ideal. And they only have 1 Dredger here. It's a Dredge 3. They ate the Amalgam, not the Poxwalkers. They dredged 3. Okay, they're out of Dredgers, but they do have Therapy Poxwalkers back. They can take away my Hermit Druid and my Deathrite Shaman if they hit them. I think this is a good spot, though. Because they're out of Dredgers. They got my Hermit Druid. I kind of... Oh, they only have 1 therapy. So they saved their lives here, so pretty good. So currently they can't bring back this anyways, so it's better for us to just play a Deathrite Shaman. Does it make sense for us to play a Tabernacle or no? Kind of feel like the answer is no. I'm going to eat one of their Bazaars on this turn because I'm not blocking and they're natural drawing. So I think I just eat a Bazaar in case they have a Noxious later. Because they can always time this Noxious to play around me. If I can just get rid of both Bazaars first, then I think it's better for me. Especially if I have double Deathrite. Fiend Artisan. All right, so I'm going to use this one to eat their other Bazaar. Again, if they have a Noxious, I can go in response. And then I'm going to get a Fiend Artisan in play. And then I'm going to just attack, I guess. I'm not actually worried about dying to this. I have double Deathrite. There are tons of creatures. So I can eat 2 lands from my yard to get a Hermit Druid. I feel like that's worth it. Already seen a lot of the Sickening Shoals go away. I probably don't need to win with Hermit Druid in this matchup, but I feel like it's fine. Got there. Let's go! We're just farming Dredge. All right, and in classic vintage Q fashion, we've paired up against Toast again. They are still 1-0-1, so Dredge. Do I keep this against Dredge with just on the back of Strip Mine? No, I don't think so. Like, we can actually win the game against Dredge with our Hermit Druids. Now, this hand is a bit more interesting. I have the Wasteland, and I technically have follow-up, but I can't cast any of my follow-up. Is this hand worth keeping on the draw? Like, I need a hand that has a Wasteland, really, or a fast Hermit Druid. But the fast Hermit Druid is weak to, like, Grief and Forces, where the Wasteland is pretty much always good. They kept 7. These cards are all dead, and I need to hit lands for these cards to be good. I think I'm going to keep this hand. It looks a little weird to keep this hand, but I think this is, like, close enough to what I want. All right, so they have a grief, so there goes my Hermit Druid plan, very likely. Well, a Generous Ant wouldn't be very good because you're forced to Wasteland Bazaar on turn 1 no matter what, so. I don't know why people are upset about Grief. Grief is a pretty fair Magic card. It's an unmask. Grief is not among the list of my cards that are problematic in any way. Natural Order I've played in Vintage quite a lot. Like, Atraxa is that good of a card. Oh, they just have a double Bazaar 7-card keep. All right, awesome, sick. Let's go to game 2. Just a double Bazaar 7-card keep. Very cool. Okay, well, we're gonna do the exact same thing we've been doing this whole time and take out the cards that we've been taking out this whole time. Classic Justin video where every person we play against is on Dredge. Dredge is probably the best or second best deck in Vintage right now, so it makes a lot of sense to see Dredge being played this much. So... Play Legacy. No. Legacy. I don't want to play Legacy. There's no part of me wants to play Legacy. If I wanted to play Legacy, I'd make Legacy videos and stream Legacy content. I don't. It's just not that fun of a format for me. All right. Well, I'm going to keep this Leyline hand and hope it's good enough. Not a particularly amazing hand, all things considered, but... All right, I have a Leyline. They're on a mold of 5. I'm gonna go. Maybe I should fetch and get a Bayou. I'm gonna go Therapy, targeting them, and I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go for Hollow One. No, I can beat Hollow One. I'm gonna go for Force of Grief. I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't have therapied. I'll just name Hollow One. I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game, bro. God bless. Oh, that is so, yes. Very nice. Sometimes everything works out. Four cards in hand. I mean, if I get Vigored, I get Vigored. So be it. Oh, here we go. Survey says. Wait, we gotta go find we gotta find the hit here. Names Hollow One. Okay, game 3. Yep, it's a keep. Yep, I put 2 ley lines in. They can both be answered by the same card. Very cool. Very cool. I hate Force of Vigor. Is it clear? Is it clear, chat? Force of Vigor. The fact that if you cast Force of Vigor, it's free, and if I have 2 pieces of Dredge hate, it's useless. How is that reasonable? I'm surprised they don't bring in ley lines against me. I've been kind of... Yes, yes, yes. Suck it, Dredge players. All right, here we go. 5th and final round with our Jund Hermit Druid deck. This hand looks sweet. Let's keep it. Oh, wait, we played against this player. What were they on? Yeah, but not if I like go to the bar and have a nice meal, right? Maybe still. Maybe it's probably pretty close. But I'm good to go to the bar and have a nice meal. I wasn't gonna do DoorDash. I was gonna do like a local pizza joint, but if you don't like vintage, why? What are we doing here? I find vintage very fun, very enjoyable, and also brewing inside vintage is extremely rewarding. Do be like that sometimes. How does our deck beat a Deathrite Shaman, by the way? I don't feel like our deck does beat a Deathrite Shaman. This stream is just going to be us losing to Bug over and over again. No! You jerk! I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think the brewing in Legacy is fun, whereas I think the brewing in Vintage is fun. So, that's just how it is. There's tons of Legacy content out there. There's no reason to. There's no problem. Oh, how am I doing today? Not bad. It's been a pretty good stream, honestly. Except for the 20. Like, I don't think that's a problem. That's just a problem in your mind. It's not a problem in my mind. I don't think there's anything wrong with like having similar cards in your decks. That's a made up problem. Black Lotus? Demonic Tutor Black Lotus Pass? What? What's happening? Hull Breacher? I'm very confused. It's just different? Well, like, you're saying it's holding me back, but, like, I think it's making things more enjoyable. I don't get it. Force of Will. That is true. The copy paste list does not have a Hull Breacher. Though Hull Breacher is better than Bowmaster, so. I mean, maybe they have an opposition agent. I just like don't know why you would Demonic Tutor for a Black Lotus unless you had a play off of it, right? Like what's going on? Collector Oof. Yeah, it's pretty good here. And Deathrite Shaman. Okay. It's such a weird tutor though. Has Poxwalkers been performing? Yeah, I think Poxwalkers is quite good. I mean, we are playing 2 Legacy decks just with like interesting cards instead, right? Legacy has like tons of very fun and interesting cards banned that just like don't need to be banned. There's no problem with like having all the fun and interesting Delver cards exist because like Delver is just going to be your best deck. So like let it flourish. Like this is what you want. You want the Ford Brainstorm format. Free Deathrite Shaman, free Ragavan, free or Arcanist, free Renin 6, free Oko. Or just come play Vintage where we let you play with cool cards. All right, we drew a land. Oh, I'm getting opposition agented, right? Shit. Like, it's definitely opposition agent, right? There's no way I can play around it. I guess it's fine. Who cares? Yeah, I guess this doesn't work. I don't know. Like, what am I just supposed to do? Nothing? I guess I'm just supposed to do nothing. The stupid Raptor card is uncastable and not good. I don't want a Raptor in my deck. Please stop. All right, so that makes sense. This is why they're Demonic Tutor for Black Lotus. I like knew they had an opposition agent. Was I supposed to play around it? Maybe. It is very hard to trophy on Magic Online. You have to play like a certain amount of Magic. Like the Vintage is inherently has a lot of variance in it, right? And going 5-0 requires you to win way more Magic than you'd think. It's probably all formats, I presume. But like, even if you were to unban the cards that I said, like Legacy still doesn't have Ancestral and like Black Lotus and fun cards. Like, why would I play a format where I can have less fun? That doesn't make any sense. Did I get wastelanded in this game? Is that what happened? No, I just didn't have any mana. Fun. I guess I had to just not crack my fetch and just like wait forever until they tapped out. I just didn't want to do that. I hate this. All right. All right. All right. You bested me, I guess. I don't think they were supposed to DT for Black Lotus, by the way. It does not sound about right. So what do I want to do here? Do I care about anything they're doing? Not really. I guess I just want some Feed the Swarms and a Dismember to kill some of their dumb creatures, and we can take out Vigor. This Bowmaster looks like garbage. Just run like this. Timeless, unfortunately, is an unplayable format, and not due to any part of what is in Timeless. It's just the arena is an unplayable platform. There's just no chance I'm ever going to go, oh, okay, sink $500 into arena to play one deck. There's no chance that I'm going to go, oh, okay, I'm going to spend hundreds and thousands of hours of gameplay to make sure that arena is free. Like, neither of those things are things I will be willing to do. So Timeless is an unplayable format for me. Also, like, the client is bad. The UI is awful. The animations are terrible. Like, it's just not a good client for playing Magic on. Like, I watched Spike stream the Timeless Invitational thing, the Clash Timeless Class, and he lost to Arena Client 2 or 3 times in the 1 hour that I was watching. It's just not. It's like not a good client for playing Magic on. It's not a good client for playing tournaments on. It's not a good client for economically. Like, it's just not playable. So it's good that it exists. The fact that arena exists is a good thing. There are players who will want to play arena because they're playing Magic for the first time. They have extra time to spend to play Magic free to play. Magic not having like a good free to play option was a problem. And so like arena existing is a great thing for Magic, for growing the game, for growing the player base. But like for actually playing games of Magic, it's not that good. I just get negated. Brutal. Ah, cool. My bug opponent had Mox Demonic Ancestral. I should have played my Collector Roof to play around this. Yeah, okay. Better opponent. probably should have boarded out some collect roofs, actually, now that I think about it a little bit more. What do I even possibly therapy here? I guess I therapy Force of Will. I mean, Dredge is the best or second best deck in the format right now. I hit the Force of Will. Sick. It's really funny because Dredge has been either the best or Dredge is like the second best performing deck ever since Karate Dom tweeted Dredge needs a buff. Dredge has been the second best deck in the format. Dredge is just crushing the field right now because the Luris decks don't respect it enough. They need to put ley lines in their sideboard, or maybe Rab Traps. Like if you don't want to put ley line, you at least put like Rab Trap in your sideboard. Are we digging? You're still mana short of digging. Yeah, Luris Saga is definitely the best performing deck since December for sure. Nope. Bug had a good weekend. I agree. All right, so the Wasteland does let them play Dig Through Time here. No. Jewel is performing worse than Dredge. So in the time frame that I'm talking about. Jewel had a really bad couple months. Like Jewel, just like people respected Jewel, so they put null rods in their board, and then Jewel could never win. The Jewel deck is just an oops all spells deck that you have to respect. Like it's a slightly more functional oops all spells deck. I don't have enough mana here, huh? I could sack my therapy, so it doesn't do anything. All right. Well, my opponent got to dig through time. I don't know how that adversely affects me here, but wait, why does my opponent have a Force of Vigor in their deck? Isn't this game 2? Why does my opponent keep in Force of Vigor against the creature deck? They kept in Force of Negation, Force of Vigor against my deck. I guess Negation is like fine, considering I have some breakouts and some stuff, but... Oops All Spells is dead at the moment? I mean, Oops All Spells has kind of just always been dead. It's just not like a... The downsides of Oops All Spells are not enough to justify... Or sorry, the upsides of Oops All Spells are not enough to justify the downsides. There's really no reason to play Oops All Spells when you can play Jewel, where Jewel is very much a similar deck to Oops All Spells in that you're a turn 1.5 combo deck. But Jewel has a backup plan of Saga, where Oops All Spells has no backup plan. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go get a Hermit Druid and try to win. Just feels like the best choice, right? Oh wait, what am I sacking though? I guess I'm playing a Poxwalkers. Scratch that. I don't think I'm therapying my Poxwalkers right away because I kind of want it to block the Tarmogoyf. I like, don't know what I would therapy here, right? Like I know that I think this tropical island is still in their hand if I had to guess. I can't remember. And I'm not going to hit the Vigor that's dead. Like what would I realistically even hit here? Bug doesn't play any good cards to hit. Like I could hit a Force of Will later if I just wait. So do we even need to block the oof? Not really, but like it's good. Could hit Oko. That's actually a pretty reasonable one. How many Okos does the copy paste list play? 2? Yeah, I'm actually down for that. That seems pretty reasonable. Oko feels like a very hard card for my deck to beat. 3? Okay, definitely. I like that then. That seems like actually a pretty good name. Got him. How many? How good have the therapies been today? Oh, they got Loam. Hope they don't hit Wasteland. My therapies have been on point today. Don't think I'm beating Wasteland Loam either, though. It's kind of unfortunate. So they're coming in? Wait, you're not like actually winning this race, though. Oh, I just drew a Druid? Sick. Like, I don't even care. Are they gonna Vigor to get the card in their yard? Like, even if you time walk here, it's not lethal. There's no way I can lose using this, right? They have Loam +1. I just have 2 therapies targeting them. How big is my Fiend Artisan, actually? Wait a second. How big is this Fiend Artisan? it's a 21. I have a lethal attack. Should I attack for fun? Hold on. Like, should I attack for fun? Like, I have a lethal attack. This is 6 damage. Is there any way I can lose if I do this? I kind of want to attack. Wait, I guess I can therapy off of my my Hermit Druid first. It's great. Even if they had a Force of Will for my Dread return, I can still just win with my humongous Fiend Artisan. I didn't even think about that. All right. They have Opposition Agent. Sure. Wait, Opposition Agent would have been able to block. That would have been so bad for me. I think we would be fine, right? We would still be able to go therapy plus Dread return. But it would not have been a lethal attack. That was fun. That was cool. I had never even thought about that when I was building this deck, but Hermit Druid flipping over your deck does make a lethal Fiend Artisan attacker usually. Artisan does not trample, but Inti can give it trample. So you could theoretically Dread return your Inti to give your Artisan trample and attack. If you like lost your Oracle somehow. Wait, that's so cool. Is Bowmaster even doing anything here? Not really, no. I mean, like, there are matchups where you would want to maybe tutor for it, right? But in general, no. It's not doing anything particularly great here. Am I keeping this in the bug mirror? Wasteland, Deathrite Shaman? I mean, probably. Squeeze me. Ooh, Deathrite Shaman. All right, at least we can play around days here. And get our own Deathrite going. Wasteland. All right, well, my land's gone, and they get to make... They're going to play an oof here. Time Walk. Jeez! I need power! I need power! Give me power! I think we need to put Ancestral Walk in this deck. I feel like we definitely need to put Ancestral Walk in this deck. God, are they going to play an Oko on turn 1 here? I guess it's turn 2 now, but yeah, I don't think we're beating an Oko. I'm actually pretty sure we're not beating an Oko. It's so doomed. Oko is strong against fair decks. Ooh, Box Boot Camp signups. Let's go. What's going on in this game, by the way? My opponent just hard cast a Leyline of the Void. That seems bad for me. They just attack. The pizza in Italy is just different. Like, it's really good, but it's like not what you're gonna get in the States. So, yes and no. Like, there are times where I want Italian pizza, and there are times where I want American pizza. They're kind of different meals. It's pretty kind of similar to the idea of like the regional styles in the US or how they're all different. So if I make a hasty creature here, is there any way I can kill this Oko? I feel like it's possible. A Moloch? Fight the Deathrite Shaman? I still think I'm losing. Like I'm still not actually beating this Oko, right? Like they make 2/3/3s. I have to like throw my whole board away. It's like still bad. Oh, they drew a removal spell off the top. Can we be serious? And a strip mine? They're too strong. They've just been kicking my ass all day. It's like the third time we played them, right? Yeah, I'm just dead. I mean, if they didn't have a removal spell, I feel like we had a chance. I've been to Italy many times, chat. many, very many times I've been to Italy. This is frustrating, but I don't think we have outs anymore, really. I guess theoretically we can draw a green land, play an Outland Liberator, kill the Leyline of the Void, then draw a Breakout and Hermit Druid combo kill our opponent. Attacking with both is like not a good play. It doesn't actually help me win the game. So I won't do that. Nothing we do here is winning the game for what it's worth. Like they just had all the good answers that they could have came up with. So I mean they didn't have an ancestral, so I guess we shouldn't get a complaint, right? Just can't kill the stupid Oko. It's frustrating. All right. Blue card's too strong. Well, we got to farm Dredge, which was pretty nice. And overall on the day, we get to go, what? 3-2, 3-2. So not too bad. I think we've lost to Bug, what? 4 times? 3 times? Are all our losses to Bug today? We lost to Bug twice with the other deck. And then this deck lost to... Oh, no, we lost to Sedgemoor Witch. So we lost to Bug 3 times, and we lost to Sedgemoor Witch once with our 2 brews. Oh, this was sweet. Honestly, the fact that Breakout makes a hasty Hermit Druid is cool. I'm not sure like this is where I would want to go with the deck list. I feel like I still would rather play blue cards. I don't know. I just think Force of Will is so broken. Like not playing blue cards and playing some like Jund pile is not great. But one matchup where Force of Will is not good is Dredge. And this deck is much better against Dredge because we are not playing a bunch of bad cards like Force of Will and Saga. Not bad cards, but like those cards are like not that good in the matchup, right? Where they're like more liabilities than helpful. Whereas here we have a lot more action and a lot more cards that are actually good against Dredge. So actually, I think as much as Dredge is not always the most fun deck to pair against in verse and like making for a video, it's actually a good matchup for this deck and Deathrite Shaman Wasteland decks in general. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this content. More content like it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this YouTube channel. I will see you then.